Today I set a chef right here to perform on a social justice issue that me and my communications class have been researching all semester. This will be my speech on the social justice issue, and the topic I chose is judgment, and specifically judgment amongst peer-to-peer and how it can affect others. So my purpose is to have you guys understand how judgment works, so you can better tackle social situations in the future, and give critical feedback but with good connotations. You're gonna be recording this, so don't mind that. It's mainly just for me. People don't really know what good judgment is. People abuse their sense of judgment in the wrong ways, and it's like a superpower except that we are the villains in our own story. Judgment is thrown around so loosely and isn't really controlled by any means. It's hard to come across someone with like a non-critical mindset. We look at others and even ourselves and be like, damn, why are we doing this? Or, damn, why are we acting like this? And don't they know any better? We provide our feedback without even asking, and often just for criticizing others, and we don't really gain much personally from said interaction. An example of this scenario is that we have a bear, and we have a goose, and this story. Okay. The bear in our scenario. I'm a single mother. I'm a single mother of four, and I have very kids, and they're very hard to manage. The bear, in our example, took her kids to the park for the day. Also at the park was, if I could get my hand, was the goose. The goose was just a bystander watching her mom struggle with her kids. The goose doesn't know the context of the mom, and doesn't know the mom is just trying to give her kids a fun day at the park. The goose looks at the mom and says, why doesn't her mother have her kids under control? She's a bad mother for having her kids just running around like that. The goose, obviously, is being very critical in this situation, and is just judging the bear like for no apparent reason. But why do we have said interactions with each other? There's a concept called meta-judgment, and boiled down, it is how we... Hold on. Meta-judgment boiled down explains that each of us has our own way of thinking, and it's based on the past experiences that we gained in the past. From the go, we start gaining experiences around the world and form our thoughts and opinions. The goose could have came from a household where his parents were more strict on him, doesn't really have as much like emotional connection to his parents. So when he sees the bear, he's not gonna understand that the bear or the mother bear is just trying to like sympathize with his kids, with her kids. Now, in our scenario, we introduce the dog.
Oh no.
You can listen. No, we're good. Okay, so here comes the dog. Hello, my name is Doug. I also have multiple kids at the park, and I'm just trying to take them to go out and play today. The goose enters the same picture and looks at the dogs with his kids. The goose, also listening to what I said, now wants to change its mindset, and not judging others too critically. The goose now walks up to the dog. Oh man, that dog really has a lot of kids, and it's just running around aimlessly. But let me take a closer look. The goose, now closely inspecting the dog, gains more context of what is actually happening in this scenario. The goose now sees that the dog is just trying to play with his kids, and it's just trying to be a good dog father to its little dogs. Oh man, I didn't realize I was judging others too critically. Hopefully that mother bear didn't hear what I was talking about earlier. That was a different me. I didn't have the same experiences as a little dog when I was a kid. Maybe I should go check back up on the bear. Judgment, and especially negative judgment, will trickle down amongst us. If you're spreading like hate or negativity around other people are going to feel that same negativity and possibly project out to others. This could go the opposite direction though, and you could spread a chain of positivity, where if you start spreading kindness, like if I'm like, oh, my cameraman's doing really good at recording me today, he might like feel positive vibes and might project out to others throughout this day. So now in our story, the goose goes to check back on the mother bear and sees that the mother bear is actually very upset with what he has to say. And the goose comes back to apologize. Hey, I'm very sorry for what I said back there. I didn't know what you were going through, nor did I understand that you were just trying to help your kids on a good day like this. I didn't mean what I said back there, and I had a different, more critical mindset because of the stuff that I went through. I changed now, and I've come back to apologize, to say, I'm sorry. You are a good mom. Thank you. I was just trying to take as much time as I possibly had. for my kids is not always easy. So I thank you for sharing that out. The goose in our scenario has successfully changed his point of view and his mindset on others because he understood that only himself and only himself can only change that. In my story, the goose, the bear, the dog, it could be all of us. It could be me, it could be you, your teachers, your classmates, or anybody in between, anybody they might have to relate. We are entitled to our own sense of judgment. We are a little too critical on ourselves and or each other. We have to be more like the goose in my story and change how he would think, but it's only up to you how you change your own mindset. You have to realize the flaws within yourself and make an effort to correct them on your own regard. And hopefully that brief story on judgment helped you realize that. Thank you for listening.